Hey, we were just jamming to the music a little bit. Peace, everyone, and welcome to
Peace.
another Tuesday night Life Impact series with the doctors.
Amen.
Thank you all for joining, and we see that you're already climbing aboard. The numbers are climbing, going up higher. Make sure you share, let everyone know that the doctor's on the air. And the last time we tried to do this, we had a couple technical difficulties beyond our control, but we believe and we pray that we got that all settled and all straightened out, and we're ready to get back into it.
Yes.
So we hope that you guys came ready and excited about our conversation for tonight, and we will be getting started momentarily.
That is right. So Tuesday night is Life Impact Night. We're going to continue the subject on quality level that we started the last time we were here. And we believe that this is something that everybody experiences, everybody encounters. You live at a certain quality level, you do things at a certain quality level. So we think it's a relevant area to discuss that really impacts everyone's lives in one way or another.
That's correct.
Mm-hmm.
And so, we were talking earlier, and one of the things that I think is important is that you guys take the time to get on here on Tuesday nights and spend this time with us. And so it is really important that you get the most out of this. And me personally, I think what that entails is, you really taking to heart and considering the material, really meditating on it, thinking about it, taking notes, looking at it over and over again, treat it like it's valuable because it is. And that this time will be well served. Because I think on these Tuesday night impacts, we have a lot of great conversations and we spark thought that people don't always think about. It's not always in the conscious level knowledge, and people don't think about these things. But if you do, we believe there's great benefit to you as one of the people that zoom in on these things. So that's what these subjects are to us. We believe they're impactful. If you use it, it'll bless you and be a great benefit to your life. All right, so let's get started. Life Impact. This is the quality level series. This is part 2 in the series.
All right, so the first question we want to ask tonight for you to consider and think about is, what types of things does quality levels influence? What types of things does quality levels influence?
Like I said, something that you may not think about on a day-to-day basis. Quality level in everything, people, decisions, everything you do. It influences things, but you might not think about it on a daily basis. So we want to bring some of these things to your attention tonight.
All right. So one of the things that we wanted to talk about was that quality level influences your income or income. Quality level influences income. So there's a different correlation between quality level and income, in that income is value driven.
Income is value driven.
Yes.
That's true. Because nobody pays anybody a whole lot more money than what they're worth in the marketplace, right? So that's income is value driven.
Right. Because we'll say this again, nobody pays more for labor than it's worth, because all labor has a value attached to it. Additionally, pay is based on the types of problems you solve for humanity.
Right.
So the more problems you solve, the more difficult problems you solve, the more valuable you are, the more quality level results or solutions come as a result of solving different types of problems.
That's right. That's right. So that's right. I see Brother Lane. Good comment. Think about it. If you look at your pay and look at how much you get paid, that'll tell you the value that is being put on you. And so you can think automatically, wow, I can increase my value by upping my quality level and make people have to pay me much more than I'm getting paid right now. That's why these are called Life Impact Series, because it's something you may not think about on a day-to-day basis.
Right. So ask yourself, what problems do I solve for humanity? What problems do you solve for humanity that require you to be valued at a higher rate, because you are giving a high quality level solving of those particular or maintaining particular things,
That's
or
right.
advancing particular things.
And then ask yourself, now look at your pay. Think about the problem you solve. Okay, I do this, I do that for humanity. I solve this problem. Then look at your pay. And so you see there's a direct correlation
Mhm.
between the problems that you solve and the pay.
Mhm. This will give you an idea of the value that humanity deems for your solutions.
Exactly.
And so that's good too.
Yep. So humanity, they'll tell you you're worth this if you solve this problem for us.
Mhm.
All right, watch this.
So one of the variables in this synopsis is that humanity is not always a good source to judge from. After all, our culture values sports and entertainment higher than they value education.
How do we know that? Because athletes make more than teachers.
Mhm.
You see?
Mhm.
So some of this you got to take with a grain of salt, because this society is not always the greatest judge of value.
Right.
All right.
So you don't get down on yourself if your particular profession does not pay you what you're really worth or what you believe you're really worth, because our society also values other professions higher than they do others, and you can tell that.
And a lot of times they shouldn't,
Yes,
but they do.
But they
right?
do. So
Okay.
that's something you have to assess properly the right way so it's an advantage to you. The next one is enjoyment of life. So the quality level influences, your quality level influences how much or to what degree you're able to enjoy your life.
Right.
This has to do with the fact that your inner content determines how you assess situations, your life, your relationships, and your money.
All right. So what you have on the inside of you, the quality of the content on the inside of you, it determines how you judge everything, how you assess situations. So if a situation pops up, the quality level of content inside of you, it will assess that situation a certain way, and it'll start giving you a picture that you live your life out of. You'll start seeing your life a certain way based on the content that's on the inside of you. Now watch this.
So people with strong positive content in them tend to look at situations differently than someone who has content that reinforces a victim mentality, suspicion, and negativity.
Right. So think about it. Your quality level, if your quality level being the content that you have on the inside of you is positive, a bright outlook, one of faith and expectation, that content will allow you to enjoy your life a whole lot better.
Yes.
Because you always see how it's going to work out for you.
Yes.
Every single time.
Yes.
So, but someone that's negative, that's down, that's a little bit more on the, the suspicious side, and everybody is doing this to me, that person is going to have a miserable life, because the content on the inside of them causes them to see their life a certain way, and therefore it'll influence the quality of how much they enjoy life.
This is so big, because I remember when I used to be depressed and sad and frustrated with my life, it was hard for me to see that I really had a good life, that my life wasn't as really bad as it really was. This was years and years and years ago. And so it is so important how you think, why you think the way you think. Does your thinking create environments in your life where you are able to enjoy your life because you believe you have a great life? You believe there's so many possibilities available for you. So even if you're in the middle of a challenge or a struggle, you think, hey, I'm going to come out of this on top.
Yes.
I'm going to beat this. I'm going to win.
Yes.
I believe that everything is going to work out for my good. So I'm going to come out of this on top. Then you are able to even enjoy your life right in the midst of trouble, right in the midst of a challenge.
Yeah, think about it. Everybody has trouble. Everybody has situations. Now the difference is how you handle them. How you handle them is based on what's inside of you.
Right.
That content inside of you is your true quality level. Right. So you're going to go through it anyway. Right. You may as well go through it and not make yourself more miserable in the meantime.
Right.
Right. That's why quality level can be raised to help you enjoy life and live life on a much higher plane.
Yes. And so one of the things I want to say about this is that if you refuse to live in fear, that is a good decision to make, because that immediately raises the quality level of your life up high.
Absolutely.
Because then you'll be living your life in faith, hope, and expectation. And if you're going to live and enjoy your life, it has to be filled with hope. And in order to do that, you have to eradicate fear. You have to refuse to fear, because fear is one of those things that's attached to negativity, and that will bring your life down to the point where the quality level of your life will be low, because you won't have anything you're hoping for, expecting good to happen to you.
And think about it. Some people fill themselves, they go pay money to fill themselves full of fear, on purpose. Why would you bring your quality level down like that, just filling your heart full of fear? Now you can't even stay at home by yourself because you're full of fear. Wow, what a sad quality of life. So we're telling you, the quality level, it really influences how much you enjoy life.
Yes, so it's hard to enjoy life if a person sees everything through eyes that slants everything to the downside.
Just think about it. You've seen people like this. You've experienced people like this. No matter what the conversation is, they kind of lean toward the negative or the downside of the situation, not the positive side. And so we're just telling you, this is a gut check. Check your content. See if you're one of those people. And a lot of times, what we find is that we can be a lower quality level than we think because we never check it. We just assume that we are just wonderful in every way, but we don't check the content. You know, you got to check the content. We are only as valuable as our content. All right. So you got to check it.
That's so true. Check it. So understand that one has to possess a conviction that there is a true difference in content.
That's the first step. See, now that alone will make you a much higher quality level person with that revelation on board. Without that revelation, I'm telling you, you'll struggle because you won't even know the difference between good content and bad content. You won't know the difference between the value and the content that's inside of you. So just that revelation alone will raise your quality level instantly.
And that's to understand that you have to possess a conviction that there is a difference in content. There's a difference in having hope, expectation, believing that everything is going to work together for the good. That's a high quality level, full of fear, doubt, negative, believing something bad is always going to happen. That's a lower quality level of content.
And if you don't believe that, you are already behind the 8 ball. I'm telling you that's a powerful revelation. Get it on board right now. Okay, listen to this.
There really is content that is less valuable in that it produces the things that no one really wants at all.
Right. So think about it. Most people are producing the things that they whine and cry about, but you're producing it. The content in you is gravitating you towards it more and more. Constantly. So that's a reality. We live out of our content.
That's right.
And that's why sometimes people end up in places in life they don't want to be because they won't change out the content.
And sometimes people end up alone. They say they want relationships, they want children, or they want a marriage, or they want a big family, but they end up alone a lot of times because of the content.
Right.
The content, the quality level of the content that they have on the inside of them is so low that it repels the very things that they say that they really want in their lives.
That's right. So you got to check the content.
And so your content on the inside of you, it is screaming to people, quality level, quality level. This is the quality level person that I am.
Absolutely.
And so everywhere you go, the quality level person that you are exudes out into the environment. And because it exudes out into the environment, it attracts things back to you. And so that's how valuable quality level is.
It is
in your life.
And if you find yourself always at odds with people, but you're the common denominator. You are the one that's at odds with all of the different people. You got to check your content.
Yes.
You got to check your content. It could be you. That's all we're saying.
It could be you.
It could be you.
So today's discussion is about your conviction, about content, and the attitude that you should have about changing it for a higher quality level experience.
That's right. Your existence can change simply by changing content because your perspectives can be lived from such a higher level. And when you see things from a higher level, your life is totally different from seeing things from a lower level. It just is.
It is. And it's okay. It's okay if you recognize, hey, I have some content on the inside of me that's not valuable, and then it's not a good quality level. And so I don't want to send out into the environment, hey, I'm a low quality level person and I'm bringing low quality everything into everything that I do. You can change that. But the first way to do that is to be absolutely honest with yourself. And that's one of the greatest things, the most empowering thing you can do for yourself is to tell the truth on yourself so that you can up your quality level and up your value.
Now that's the reason why That's the reason why we are teaching this or talking about having this conversation with you all tonight.
Okay.
Because there is something, these are the kind of things that you may not think about on a day-to-day basis. You see, you might just be going through life. You've been taught to just go through life, just keep plowing away. Things are going to change. It's going to get better. But a lot of times we're not taught to check the content, because this could be the reason why you're in a rut on the same path. So we're telling you, that's why these conversations are so important. Now, we hope that you guys were impacted by that.
Someone asked us a question. Why is it important to change? And we like to say thank you for all your comments. Keep your comments in.
Someone asked a question.
Can I answer that first?
Absolutely. And then I'll take a shot at it.
One of the reasons why I personally believe it's important to change is because the person that you are now has gotten you to where you are now. And if you really truly desire to be on another level or to experience another level of quality of your life, then you have to change in order to go to that next quality level. And so these are some things that you can determine if you need to change. Well, what do I believe? What is my attitude? What are my convictions? What am I saying out of my mouth? When I come around people, what kind of environment do I bring, which is really a representation of the content on the inside of me screaming, this is the quality level person that I am. And so it's important to change, because if you want to go somewhere else, you can't go unless you change, because where you are is where you are because of the content that you already possess.
Very, very well said. That is brilliant. That is all absolutely true. And I agree with it 100%. I'll add two quick little comments. Number one, the reason why it's important to change is because God made us with the ability to change. If he wanted us to stay the same, he would have built us and created us not to be able to change. So the fact that he created us with the ability to change is why it's important to change. That's number one. Number two, a lot of times we grew up in cultures where we weren't taught that the materials, the thoughts, the ideas, the concepts that we were taking in and that we were building our persons from was not good information. We weren't told that.
That's true.
We didn't know how to guard it. We didn't know how to block it. We didn't know that we should. We heard all kind of crazy stuff, and we just let it into our containers, right? Because a lot of our cultures never taught us, don't let that in your heart. It's going to become a part of the being that you are, right? That's true. So that's why the Bible says, guard your heart, because we didn't know how to do that. Now, since we didn't know how to do that, and we let all kind of stuff in our heart when we were unaware, we let in a whole lot of garbage that created the lives that we hated. That's why it's important to change. That's why it's important to change. Yeah. Because now that you know that, hey, the content on the inside of me was half my problem. That's why it's important to change. Because now you know that the content makes up your life. Out of it flow the issues of life. That's why it's important to change. And, well, we hope that answers your question.
And also one more thing, the content that's on the inside of you can only produce to a certain point. So if you want something new, you have to put something new in to get something new out. If you still have the same old content that you had all your life, even to now, this is as far as that content can take you, because some content can't take you certain places.
That's right. And listen, I'll tell you, man, one of the powerful things about who we are, human beings, we are free moral agents. So you don't have to change if you don't want to.
That's true.
Nobody does. You can stay exactly the same. Here's the point, though. If you look at your life and you have been trying to figure out how to get it on new levels, whatever it might be, finances, relationship, whatever it might be, we're just telling you one of the things that we never got taught was check the content, because that could be the answer, because you've tried everything else, right? And so that's why it's so important for you to be on here with us tonight. Yeah. We can break these things down to you, make you aware of it, so you can be empowered with some knowledge and revelation and information that really works. Changing content really works.
And so you can't be so in love with the you are now that you are humble enough to expose yourself to some different ideas, to some different ways, to some different eyes, to some different perspectives and ways of doing and looking at things, because
we like to say it like this: you don't have nothing to lose. Try it. I mean, think about it. You have nothing to lose. If you don't like where you are, you don't have nothing to lose.
That's
Try
right.
changing the content and holler back at us in about 6 months. You know, we tell people, give us 3 to 6 months, we'll change your life, right? Because we know what content to put in you to change. So try it. Try it for 3 to 6 months.
Yeah.
You have nothing to lose.
That's right.
All right, man, that was so much fun.
Yes.
We hope that you guys enjoyed that and
Yes.
that you got a lot out of it. So, like we said, think about these things, meditate on them, and just sometimes just get to yourself, think about your own personal quality level, because it influences so many things in life. We just gave you 2 tonight, but quality level influences everything.
It
All right.
does.
So thank y'all for joining us. We appreciate you guys. We want to see you prosper, and we want to see you tomorrow night at our Retain the Reign service. We'll be getting into the word and breaking down the word and sharing some more revelation like this, but with even more detail. So make sure you join us tomorrow at 7:30.
All right. Well, it was wonderful. We want to see you prosper.
We want to see you prosper
And go with grace.
Go with grace.